Tabatha Dahn, welcome back.
Thank you for having me.
Is this your third time?
Second time.
Second? Okay.
Yep.
That's right.
We were
had one.
supposed to do one, and I wasn't feeling very well that day.
Yeah. Today, you're feeling good?
I am feeling good.
All right, good. Yeah, I invited you in. I mean, we can talk about whatever you want to talk about, but I also wanted to share with you what I have learned, like in my last 4 months of my breathworker certification class, and what I learned at the capstone in Utah.
I'd love to learn about that a little bit. I'd like to hear what you're up to.
It's kind of created a whole pivot in the way I and the foundation are looking at breathwork in general, or like what that word even means. You know, when we go through that list during the onboard meeting, when you apply for a grant, we say, have you ever tried breathwork? And a lot of people say yes, because they have sat with their breath and done their own version of what they feel breathwork is. And then others say, no, I don't know what that is. And at the beginning, the way we explain it, we're like, well, the breathwork we're referring to is holotropic breathwork, where it's this superventilation, hyperventilation state with these holds, and it induces this altered state of consciousness, which can be this emotionally releasing and transformative experience, which is true. Mm-hmm. But we were just sort of giving a few of those out, right, here and there, giving a lot of them out. But what then, right? I mean, it's kind of like if you go and get a massage and you feel really good and relaxed and super zen afterwards or something, or a Reiki session or whatever it might be, any of the therapies or treatments that we offer grants in, it's like, what do we do after that? Just because you go in and you attend this session and feel good this next day, or maybe even for a week, like if we're not teaching things, or if the grantee isn't learning something or putting new practices in their life, it's just a temporary Band-Aid thing. Even though it's a profound transformative experience, it can also, like, we all can easily just go back into our
poor habits.
Yeah, habits, or just like get back into the rut that we were in before we experienced that. So the way I'm looking at it now, and from what I've learned through training with the language of breath, is that there's a lot of opportunity here to use breathwork as a tool during a coaching session for like a program, like a period of 6, 8, 10 weeks, something like that, to really help kind of understand a person and wrap our head around like a tailored program for them that leads them through a series of A to Z, which then they learn these practices and they take with them that they have for the rest of their life. So it's like it's more of an education.
It's tools for your toolbox.
Yeah, for the rest of your life.
Correct.
So it's like the analogy of getting on a kayak to cross a river, and taking that time to paddle and get that person to the other side. But the point is not to be in the kayak forever, right? Mm-hmm. You just want to cross the river. But 1 or even 2 or 3 one-off breathwork sessions or whatever that might be doesn't necessarily, maybe it can sometimes, but doesn't necessarily carry us across that river. And the way that Jesse Coomer teaches, this is who I learned from, the language of breath, and he has studied through all of the gurus like Wim Hof, and I don't really know all the other names, but he does, like, a long time, 15 years ago, got really into this and learned from this person and then that person and studied this and that, and just sort of took all that into his own theory or principles of what he calls the language of breath. He's a former English professor at a university, so language is really important to him, but he got pretty burnt out from the university teaching gig, and but this was a perfect segue, because now he teaches the language of breath to people who want to become breath workers. So he teaches teachers, and he's always been a teacher, but he teaches this in a way that he calls it a language, and it really is. And that's what one of the things I wanted to explain to you today is like we all have, you've heard so many times like referred to as the body and mind, like they're two separate things, right? And as if we have a computer up here that runs this robot down below, body and mind. It's good for your body and your mind, or certain things that are more body focused or things that are more mind focused. And he like throws that all out the window. He's like, there is no such thing. We're not a computer running a robot that we're separated at the neck. We are one thing. We are one living being. We have a lot of different functioning parts to us, but we are all just one thing. And he calls it a philia, Philia. And philia is a word that means it's like the highest form of love, like higher than romantic love, like neighborly love, brotherly love, just love for everything, the oneness of everything, the oneness of our being, our philia, the one thing that we are. We are a living being, human creatures of action, right? But within us, we have two parts that are, one is conscious awareness, like the waking state, right? Our eyes are open. We can choose to do whatever. We can move our bodies a certain way. We can control our breath. We can say things. We can bite our tongue and not say things. We can make all these choices, this conscious part of us. But then there's this unconscious part of us that does all these things in the background that we don't have to think about, like beating our heart. We do not have to tell our heart to beat. It just does.
The body does it for us.
We eat and our body digests our food for us. We don't have to think about those things, but they happen. And those processes are generated by the unconscious mind, just like breath. And breath is not something we have to think about. We just breathe. We fall asleep. We continue to breathe. And the breath, though, is unique because we can bring conscious awareness to it. It's like the only vital bodily function that we can do that. We have that option. We can choose to put awareness on our breath and change it. We can hold our breath. We can fill our lungs up, empty them all the way out. We can breathe a certain way. We can sit down and concentrate and just bring that awareness to our breath and change it. We can't do that with our heart rate. We can't do that with our blood pressure without using our breath to get there. There's nothing, we can't do that with our digestion, right? We can't do that with anything except our breath. And that's what makes it such a awesome tool, because we all have it. If we're alive, we are breathing.
Right.
And this breath is a language to communicate between the conscious part of ourselves and the unconscious part of ourselves. And the unconscious part of ourselves is always there working for us. It is always looking out for us. It is doing what it thinks is best for us. It's not always right, but it is what keeps us alive. It is what does all those things in the background without us having to think about. But by using breath awareness or intentional breath techniques, breath practices, we can speak to our unconscious self. And our unconscious self is also what regulates the nervous system. So we have basically two main parts. There's more than two parts, but the two main parts of our nervous system are sympathetic and parasympathetic. So we have our sympathetic nervous system state is it's sometimes referred to as fight or flight mode. It is the increased heart rate, dilated eyes, increased senses, increased blood pressure, decreased digestion, decreased repair and restore mode of the body. Not good for sleep. Not good for peace and calmness, but very useful. It's not like one is good or bad. Like it's the fight or flight mode. It's the beat your heart fast, take action, run from the tiger, save a life. But then the parasympathetic state is when we are digesting our food. It is when we can sleep the best. It is when we can repair our bodies and restore and recharge. And it is when our heart rate is lower, our breathing is slower, our blood pressure is lower. And so those are the two main states, and we're always kind of juggling a little bit in one or the other. But a lot of us find ourselves in this position where we, from the moment we wake up to the moment we go to bed, or even worse, from all day, like even when you're sleeping, our body is amped up in this more sympathetic nervous system state, where it's our unconscious doing it, and it's from these outside stressors, and it's our unconscious mind doing that because it wants what's best for us. It is putting us in that state because it thinks that what we need is to be in this fight or flight mode. But we can use breath to send a signal to the unconscious mind to say, hey, I want to calm down. I want to repair, digest, and restore. I don't want to be stressed right now. I want to be calm. So we use breath techniques, which speak sentences to the unconscious mind. So depending on what the technique is, it says a different set of words. It's a different sentence speaking to our unconscious. Give it a different signal. So, for example, one like quick, easy one, like soldier's breath. The only thing that makes a soldier's breath is extended exhale. So you just make sure your exhale is longer than your inhale. And it's one way to send that signal to our unconscious mind. Hey, let's go back into parasympathetic nervous system state. So if we can build up a practice of awareness of breath, or awareness of our emotions, of when we are in this situation or this physical condition where we want to just, okay, calm down. You know, you're going to flip out, or you're going to say something you regret, or you're going to do something you don't want to do. Nice long exhales. I mean, even just a couple of them help. You know, if you do it for 5 or 10 minutes, it really sets you in that mode. But just that alone is one way where we can signal to the unconscious, hey, calm down, or I'm ready for bed, you know, or I want to make love, or I want to energize myself. Like, so maybe the opposite. So instead of like sending a signal to the unconscious mind to say relax, maybe we're down and depressed and feeling slow and low and lack of energy. There's a breathwork sentence that we can speak to our unconscious mind to tell us to get into a mode of action, not a stressed mode of action, but just like energize and motivate. Another thing we learned a lot about was nose breathing. So like, and mouth breathing, like what is just bringing awareness to that. You know, a lot of us don't even think about that. Like I noticed right now you're breathing through your nose. Do you ever think about that, or you just automatically do that, or you do?
I do think about it actually. And the reason for that is I've used that to calm myself for years, I think unknowingly. And I've since been doing the breath work. After my first breath work session, I've realized, like, if I tell myself, I'm like, okay, breathe through your nose, you're going to calm down. And it helps to calm my nerves a little bit. So I got a little bit of anxiety, but breathing through my nose, it's slower breaths.
Yes.
And it seems to just calm me a little bit internally. So I feel like I've been doing it for years, just unknowingly, like as a child. And then when you're in that fight or flight mode, you know, and your body is just trying to flee everything that's toxic to you. So whether it's your environment or all the stressors from your job or just people in general, or, you know, just whatever you have going on, you forget about that. You forget about the ability to calm yourself down, because right now you just are trying to go, right? So you're just trying to get away from it. And then your body doesn't shut down, and it just keeps going and going and going and going into your night. And then your brain just does this circle of over and over and over and over again. So right now I've got a little anxiety, so I'm just breathing through my nose very slowly, and it helps to calm me.
Yeah, good. It's awesome that you know that. I realized that too after taking the class, was that I had been, you know, it's not that one of my issues with breathing was that I was breathing through my mouth too much because I had been nose breathing, but I learned why it's so important. And one of those things is what you said, like the tempo. It slows it down, so it sends a signal, parasympathetic state. But then even before that, like we learned about breath mechanics, like the proper breath wave. Like you've heard people talk about belly breathing, or breathe through your belly. Or if you go to a yoga class, they'll say, make sure you breathe through your belly. Or you learn that in sports or whatever. But that's only one part of the breath wave, because the perfectly natural breath wave is the way a baby breathes. And the way a baby breathes is, there's belly breathing. That's where it starts, but it's not where it stops. So you can imagine, like right below your belly button, imagine a pea size. And as you inhale through your nose, or I guess wherever you inhale from, you visualize that pea inflating to the size of a softball. But then you can put your hands up high on your ribs.
And you can feel it all the way up.
Well, after that softball inflates, then the ribs expand. And after the ribs expand, the chest lifts and the heart lifts. So you're creating that maximum void inside your body to allow those lungs to fill. But the order that a baby does it is belly, ribs, chest.
Yep.
And then the way that a baby exhales is chest, ribs, belly. So it's keeping the air in the...
I'm trying to remember when my kids were babies and watching them breathe.
Yeah, I've never like paid that close attention, but...
Somebody got a baby, I want to look.
It's the perfect natural breath wave, because most of the alveoli, which takes the oxygen from the air you breathe in and puts it into your bloodstream, most of those are in the bottom half of your lungs. So imagine if you fill up the bottom half of your lungs first, and then the rest of your lungs, and then let the air out of your lungs, and the last air to come out of your lungs is the air in your belly. That allowed maximum activity of that alveoli putting oxygen into your bloodstream. So in one breath wave, just one inhale and one exhale, it's way more efficient if the air is in the bottom part of the lungs the longest. So it makes perfect sense. But if you lay down and we can like, I can assess your breath wave later. It's kind of cheating because now you know. So like the best.
I've been researching it a little bit on my own, so it's not like I was, you completely let the cat out of the bag. No, you didn't do that.
Yeah, but in a perfect world, you just like lay someone down that doesn't know what a breath wave should look like, and then just tell them to take 5-second inhales, 5-second exhales, nice and full, and just see what their natural breath wave looks like.
Right.
And then you can see, okay, are they breathing in through their belly first? Are they getting expansion in their ribs? Is their chest lifting? So many people breathe through their chest only.
Yep, right here.
You say, take a deep breath, and they go.
Right, like at the doctor's office, when they're like, take a deep breath, that's what you see.
Yeah, like the chest lifts up.
Yeah.
And I remember I took a one class once, and they're like, no, your chest shouldn't lift up. Well, that's not true. Your chest in a full breath wave should lift up like a baby's, but it should happen last. So belly, ribs, and then the chest, and then relax the chest, and then the ribs, and then the belly last. So, and that's just muscle memory. It's just like, a basketball player shooting hoops. It's muscle memory, and just like our breath. And we can train our breathing muscles to, over time, have a more efficient breath wave by it can be as simple as bringing 5 minutes of awareness to it each day and practicing that, and just feeling those muscles, like, or watching your belly and feeling. You can look in the mirror and put your hands here, and you can tell in the mirror if your ribs are expanding, because your arms will move out. And over time, sure enough, you're going to develop a more proper breath wave. And then from there, all the different breath techniques and practices are just so much more powerful and impactful and helpful. If you put the cart in front of the horse and go to too many breathing techniques before the proper breath wave is addressed, then you're just not getting as much out of it as you could.
Right.
So it kind of starts with looking at a person's breathing mechanics, and then and one of those being through the nose. And there are multiple reasons why breathing through the nose is all the time is good, and out through the nose. Because you hear a lot of, okay, in through your nose, out through your mouth, in through your nose, out through your mouth. But in through the nose, out through the nose is the best because you're tempoing it. The second reason is that your sinuses create a chemical called nitric oxide, which allows your body to absorb 20% more oxygen than without it. So if we skip the nose, we have to work 20% harder to get just as much oxygen.
And we're smarter, not harder type of people, right?
Yeah. And we don't want our hearts to work harder than they have to.
Right.
And that's another one. The third one is when we exhale through our nose, we're rehydrating, remoisturizing the sinuses so they work better. The fourth benefit is that when we breathe in through our nose, those filters, I forgot what they're called, but the magic that happens when it goes through our nose and our sinuses, that filtering action filters out 75% of all the toxins in the air. So when we breathe in through our mouth, we're breathing in 100% of the toxins in the air. When we breathe in through our nose, we're only breathing in 25% of the toxins.
I feel like we watched that on Magic School Bus. Miss Frizzle and the Magic School Bus.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Is that a current show or a long time
when
ago?
we were little, like it was our generation
Oh,
of
yeah.
show. Yeah. She had the dresses with all like the funky print on it, and the kids would be on the school bus and they'd go through the body and learn things about the body. And that was one of the episodes I very much remember because they went through the nose.
Yeah.
And they talked about the importance of like all the little hairs in your nose and what the purpose of them they serve, and like how it's important to catch all of the toxins in your body that before they go into your body so you can breathe better.
Yeah. That's awesome.
I don't know, you just triggered
I
it.
remember learning about that too as a kid, like that there's filters, and it's like it starts with the nose hairs, but then there's something besides, forgot the name.
Beyond that, yeah.
Doesn't matter. But yeah, beyond that, and it's little nodes that's just like like an air filter in the intake for your car's motor.
Yeah.
Like if you pop that off, yeah, the car's going to still run, but it's going to take in whatever
Is in the air.
crap
it's
is in the
pulling
air with
yeah.
it. So nose breathing. Yeah, nose breathing is huge. Just wanted to make sure we were recording.
It's been a Monday for sure. I've been working on my breath work since I had my first session.
So you've been practicing every day? Like,
Yes.
what have you been doing?
Yeah. So I actually take the time to lay on the grass, and I do the, and like it calms my whole body. Yep.
Okay.
That's what I've been
Sniff, poo. Yeah.
Yep. That's what I've been doing, and it's just like crazy. The energy that I've gotten from that. Like I said, I've been walking a lot more. My body doesn't hurt as much. My inflammation's been down. And it's good. The session was eye-opening for, gosh, there's so many reasons. Like I can't even go into details.
The most recent breath session that you were coached in, or you're alone?
That I was coached in,
Okay.
the very first one that I did. And that was where, like, I mean, I had done some research on it and read about it and whatnot prior, but like I didn't realize the depth of the trauma that I was storing and the pain that was causing me physically. And the physical pain, like my hips don't hurt anymore, so I can walk. Like it was amazing.
You let that out.
Yeah. And lots of stuff from childhood that I didn't even realize was still there. Lots of stuff from teenage years that had happened that I didn't realize was still being stored, you know. And I've been to the typical therapy, cognitive behavioral therapy. I've done EMDR. Like I've done a lot of therapies, but nothing seemed to be the right approach for me. But, you know, like working in mental health, I should know everybody heals differently, right? Mm-hmm. So what works for you might not work for me. And cognitive behavioral therapy, psychosomatic stuff, like there's differences in all of it. And what's working for me is more of a holistic approach. And I've...
Just you and your breath.
Yeah. Yes. It makes you become one. And I literally, so Saturday, I spent all day outside at a friend's house for their father's birthday party. And they're all musicians. So they were sitting there on the porch, just playing tunes, you know, and just laughing, having a good time. And I'm just sitting there with my feet in the grass. And I didn't have my shoes on the whole day. And it was amazing. And then, in the evening I was out at Farm Jam and more music and my feet in the grass and just being outside the fresh air, but breathing in a mindful manner helped to calm me around the groups of people that I was around. Because I was by myself and it was just a little different for me. And I found peace on Saturday. Like my body felt calm. My whole soul felt good. And I don't think I've had lack of smiling since. I really it's been amazing for me.
That's awesome.
So I've found a little bit of comfort in breathing, and it's quite amazing.
Yeah.
Really, the journey's been great so far.
Yeah, and you're laying in the grass, so that's like a double win, and maybe some sunshine, so triple.
Yeah. Yeah, I usually do the shade trees if it's depending on the time of the day. Because with lupus, the sun's really bad for me. But,
okay.
Under the shade tree, but either way, and I've got a garden this year, and so I've been able to do that and get my hands in the dirt. And I've always told my clients over the years, if nothing seems to work for you, go outside and put your hands in the dirt. I'm not talking the potting soil from the gardener. Go put a hole in the ground and put your hands in the dirt and just play in it. And it's amazing how many times they come back and be like, that's it. That's what I needed. And I don't know why I lost sight of that for myself, but I'm glad I found it again.
Yeah. It's so simple. And sometimes the simplest things, the most accessible things are the easiest to discount or forget about.
It is. Somebody recently, he's a longtime friend of mine, and he had told me, because he is an alcoholic and he's been recovering, gosh, I don't even know how many years now, but he says, Tabatha, you need to go back to your childhood. Go back to your childhood. Find the things that made you happy when you were little. Go there and you'll heal.
Which was playing in the dirt?
It was playing in the dirt, and it was paddling and hiking. And, I was outside all the time, laying outside at night, looking at the stars. And so I've always been drawn to the sunsets and the sunrises. And when we have solar flares, I search northern lights. So it's something I've always done, but I didn't do it regularly. And I was noticing, when I would do it, I would feel really good for a couple of days. And then I would go back, to that sluggish, fatigued person. And now I'm doing it every day, and every day is a better day.
Awesome.
It's quite amazing.
It's so awesome to hear you say that.
I feel good.
Good.
It colors back in my skin, which is amazing.
Yeah.
It was looking gray. I think I just kicked you.
That's fine.
But I had this grayish tone to my skin. And it was just from lack of being outside, So lupus scared me for a while. It made me fearful of the sun, and something I really love. And it was the heat is bad. Yes, direct sun is bad, but I've broken it up into increments throughout the day, and only in the morning and in the later in the evening when the sun isn't so hot. So I've been getting up and doing walks in the morning at 6 a.m. Signed up for tomorrow's sessions.
You did?
I did.
Awesome.
I'm so excited for it.
Christina messaged me before you got here and said that you were going to, but the link was broke.
Yep.
Did you find it?
I did find it, but it's still not working. So I asked her if she could do it for me, if she could do it. If not, we'll try and do it while we're here. But I would like to do it. So that was my plan.
Okay, awesome.
So I really want to do that. I thought, it's the next step, right? So healing is a process and a journey. It doesn't just start with that breathwork session, like you were saying, there's more to it. So there's got to be more tools for the toolbox to continue that growth and that healing. So I've already been working at getting up early enough and going out and doing the walks in the morning. So this is just the next step.
Awesome. I'm looking forward to seeing you.
I'm excited.
6 a.m. We'll be ready.
I'm excited.
Today we're planning on exactly how we're going to structure it, but it's going to be probably, it's only 4 sessions, 4 Tuesday mornings in August. And it'll start out with breathing exercise, and then it'll lead right into to more movement and stretching and stuff.
Which is what I need for my body.
It feels so good. Yeah.
I've never practiced any type of yoga. But I stretch regularly because I have to, or my joints hurt pretty bad. But I figured this is just another step in the process for me. So.
Yeah. Well, you're ahead of the game because you have awareness of breath and you've already been stretching. So you really just bringing those two together with a little guidance and background music, and then on top of it, the community. Whoever you meet in the class or share those 4 days with is special too. It's a healing part of it. And we're in the grass as long as it's not too cold. Otherwise, we'll go in the garage where it will be warmer in there. But
I got warm clothes. I'll be fine.
Okay. All right. And extra mats if you don't have one. We have those.
I do need one of those.
Okay. We got you covered. We got you covered.
Appreciate it. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with my healing journey. Oh, did you know that when the frequency, the hertz of the birds and stuff is different in the morning, and it's actually the most healing time for their sound? Is when the sunrise, as the sun's coming up.
I didn't know that.
I just learned that the other day.
Awesome.
Which might be why I feel really, really good when I'm outside as the sun's coming up. The sound is different.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so you have to look into that.
I love the sound of the birds in the morning. There was a few weeks ago where I had a few nights in a row where I just wasn't sleeping well. It was a lot of tossing and turning, and I woke up and the sun was up and the birds were really chirping.
Yep.
And I just wanted to sleep, and I shut the window. Sometimes I just wish the birds would shut up because they get so loud.
They do, but that's when they are the most active, and the level of their sound is different.
Okay.
I don't know exactly how to explain it. I'm terrible at explaining it, but
it makes sense.
I just read about it, and it was like that makes a lot of sense as to why I feel better early in the morning if I'm out there. When the birds when you wake up with the earth, you feel better.
Yes. Waking up with the sun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not just the sun, it's the earth. If you get out there where it's really quiet in the woods and you can hear the trees awakening, it's something kind of magical.
Yeah.
I discovered that when I was out in New York last year. I was like, wow. You could hear like the leaves opening, and you could just the little bit of sound. It was, I don't even know how to explain it.
Yeah.
It was,
what time of year?
It was actually in September that I was out there, and it was beautiful.
Upstate New York?
Yes.
Okay. When you said that, I'm picturing New York City. I'm like, you did not hear leaves opening.
Gosh, no. Like I have very few small reasons I would want to go to New York City.
Yeah.
And there, some history, but other than that, no thanks.
Yeah, fun place to visit. Once.
Yeah.
Or once in a while or whatever, but.
No.
Yeah.
I don't know. Can't even say the name of the mountains. Adirondack.
Oh, okay.
I was out there mining Herkimers.
What's
the
that?
Herkimer diamonds.
Oh,
that stone that I gave you.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mined it.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And that was healing. That was the whole purpose of going.
Oh, it was. Okay. Cool.
So yeah.
Just last September? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So just about a year ago now.
So September 6th, the Tin Man's coming up.
I'm excited.
Are you going to be there?
I would love to be there. I want to help.
Okay, awesome. You are on the list.
Perfect. I brought my calendar so we can write stuff down.
Okay.
So I know what I need to do.
Awesome. We're having a meeting tomorrow. We're going to have like more of a plan for different groups of volunteers or whatever. Is there anything in particular you would want to help with?
Well, we'd have to look at what the list is of things that, but probably something not super physical, not a lot of running around. Because I have spoons of energy, and once I use up my spoons, I'm done for the day.
We have a lot of need for people to help work different tables, like booths.
That's easy.
Like that
and actually, I was going to ask you about booths. I have a lot of information yet on mental health, on MI, and resources, local resources. So I didn't know if maybe it would
like
be,
a lot of pamphlets or what?
Yeah. So I thought maybe it would be beneficial maybe to look through that stuff and see what was pertinent to this area. And I can bring that along for people just to take at will.
Yeah. Or we could drop it in we could put it on a table or last year we put little flyers or pamphlets in each race bag. But that's just for the 50 people that do the triathlon. It's not for everyone else that comes to the party. So.
Right. But this would be beneficial to anyone. So
yeah.
It's community resources. It's not just mental health resources. It's all sorts of community resources. And quite honestly, if we don't heal out loud and put it all out there, how are we helping somebody else, right? Yeah. So they may not ask for it, but it's available.
Yeah. Putting it out there. That's what we can do.
Yeah.
All right.
So I was thinking about that the other night after I ran into you. I was like, oh, gosh, I still have all this stuff.
Yeah, let's use it.
Right, perfect. But I just got the all clear that I can start doing breath work again. So
Okay. Awesome. Your doctor said that?
Yes. Yes. So I just got all cleared for that. So I'm gonna do that
Cool.
and then look into going further with the other coins that I have. So one thing at a time,
Yeah.
not to overwhelm the system.
Yeah. Yeah. Good call.
So I'm trying to heal everything, not to go backwards.
Yeah. A day at a time, one thing at a time.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's easy to just want to learn so much and try a bunch of different things, and then it's like counterproductive to feeling better, for sure.
It
Too,
is.
too much to think about or work on.
One thing at a time, one skill at a time. Don't
Yeah.
overwhelm.
Yeah, like that old school goal of, like, if you want to do 20 push-ups every day, just set a goal of doing 5.
Correct.
You'll probably end up doing 20, but yeah, it's the mind over matter, or not overloading your brain with that.
Not setting yourself up for failure.
Yeah, right. Because we will be sending, or our unconscious self will send us signals, thinking, looking out for us. It loves us very much, but sending signals of stress or emotions. It's interesting to think about. There's an exercise that we can walk through, not today, but another time maybe, or maybe Christina can walk you through it on one of your sessions with her.
Yeah.
Or maybe I'll do a breath session with you now that I'm a certified breath worker.
I would like that.
It's called the listening exercise, and the advanced awareness exercise, where it's the advanced awareness exercise. So it's the way that we were taught to drop people into breathing sessions is we drop them in with the awareness. So you just ask them to close their eyes, bring your awareness to, we can do it right now. Close your eyes. I'll do it with you. Take a nice deep breath in through your nose, belly, ribs, chest, and sigh it out. Or you can also, one breath technique called Ujjayi breath is where you make that like ocean sound with your throat. You're restricting the throat. So you can think of it like fogging up a mirror, but you can do it with your mouth closed. Can you hear that? Mm-hmm. You can do it.
It's weird. I can't. That's my nose. I'm so used to going out the nose. So I'm going to have to practice. I have issues with my throat.
The restriction is somewhere in your throat, where you restrict it and it comes out a little slower like that. But anyway, drops them in. Bring your awareness to your breath. Just notice the physical sensation of the air moving in and out through your nose. The slower you go, the more you might be able to feel this. Notice how the air feels in and on its way in compared to how it feels on its way out. On the inhale, maybe it's cool and dry. On the exhale, it's probably a bit warmer. Maybe it feels moist. Feel the different muscles being used in your core to help you breathe. Do you feel your diaphragm pulling down, your belly going out?
I got tingly sensation in my face right now.
Just now?
Yep. I don't want to fall over.
Yeah, hang on.
But that's what it's helping. That's what it's doing.
Well, it's just bringing that, bringing that
so you
internal
get all
awareness.
that oxygen and all of that inside of you, and then you're calm, and then you start to feel things that you don't normally feel.
Well, because we're always
within
out
your
here.
body. Yeah.
We're up here and we're
So
out
right
here.
here,
you know.
it's just like all tingly. Christina was like, "You're my favorite breathwork session person," because I don't know if it's because I don't know how to explain it, but I don't know if it's because my body just picked up in it right away.
You were able to drop in.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
And let a lot out.
Yeah. Well, you must have good interoception. So what that means is like the internal awareness of your body, because we're always in our heads, or we're out here. We're thinking. We're looking at things. We're thinking about doing things. We're always living kind of outside of our body. But when we bring awareness to our breath, we're really putting that awareness on the inside of our body. And if you,
So maybe it's because I'm an empath and I'm always aware and like I feel other people's emotions without them speaking.
yeah, you just have that natural,
So
and some people can, they're so good where you can practice for a while and you can get to a point where you're so in tune with the internal awareness of your body, that interoception, that you can feel your heartbeat in whatever part of body you,
or the bottom of your foot.
yeah. Can you do that?
Yes, I can.
Yeah. So that's amazing. That's a talent.
I literally just said that to somebody the other day. I was like, it's crazy. I can feel my heartbeat in the bottom of my foot again. Again.
Okay. So you lost it and now you have it back.
I lost
that's
it. I used to be able to, like, as growing up, teenage years, early 20s, even in my 30s. But as I got older, like probably 37 to right about now, 42, I couldn't. I thought it was just because I was, I don't know, losing grasp on reality, maybe. I don't know, just with being sick, like I thought maybe that had something to do with it, but it wasn't that at all. I wasn't connected to myself anymore. My internal soul wasn't in connection
Sure.
as one unit.
Yeah, you could have just been falling more towards that sympathetic nervous system state, dominant, right? So more stress, less internal awareness happens in that condition for sure.
So I've decreased a lot of stress, and that's helping, right? So we get rid of stress, we get rid of inflammation in our body, and we can internalize things and we can feel ourselves again.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain that any better than that, but that's like I can feel the bottom of my foot when I breathe properly.
That's awesome.
That's kind of cool.
Because that can take, I mean, people can practice for years and never even get to that point, but practicing it either way is helpful, but it's just some people are born with a natural, better ability to have that interoception. After we walk a client through that awareness exercise, the advanced awareness exercise drops them into feeling in emotion. So when you're in that state where you're really focused on your breath, you're in your body, you can feel your heartbeat in your toe, for example. Then he guides through and says, okay, now I want you to think of an emotion that makes you feel, or I want you to think of a situation that makes you feel angry. Just for a moment, bring yourself to that event or that situation that makes you feel angry and notice where you are feeling that emotion in your body. Where is that anger living? Okay, really? Mm-hmm. You felt it.
It's because I was silenced. So like if you can't speak what you need to speak to heal, it hurts.
Okay.
And that's where it hurts.
Wow. Okay. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, dropping a person into that advanced awareness exercise teaches them that, and you already understand this, but it teaches us to feel our emotion, because every emotion is a physical sensation. Mm-hmm. Everyone, and it's felt in different emotions are felt in different parts of the body. So and then it's not always just focus on anger. It's like, okay, let that go like for now. And now think of something that makes you happy. And where do you feel that in your body? And then think of something that makes you feel sad. Where do you feel that? You could do any emotion. You could say, think of something that makes you feel guilty. Where do you feel that? Think of something that makes you feel really afraid. Where do you feel that fear? Mm-hmm. And you can start to notice, like, depending on the emotion, I feel it in different parts of the body. Like fear is like this jolt up to the spine, and maybe sadness and love is both felt like right here in the heart center. Mm-hmm. And I'm sure everyone's
Turmoil
different.
is felt in the gut.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, unease, worry.
Yes. Yeah. That's why when children are little, right? The kids that have anxiety and they can't explain it because they're too small. They don't have the words, or even they can't speak at that point. They have belly aches. Their belly hurts. Something's making them anxious.
Yeah.
It's not always the case, but a lot of times if it's unexplainable, you have a child that's chronically has a tummy ache. Their tummy hurts. Tummy hurts. There's no fever. There's no vomiting. There's no other, just they have a tummy ache. likely they have anxiety. Something is creating them to feel uneasy.
Yeah. Yeah.
The question is to find out what.
Yeah. Yeah. Help them get their comfortability back.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is amazing how great the body feels after a good, whether it's breathwork session or Reiki or just a good laugh, or a good time at a concert or something.
Yes.
Just like how good you feel. Just like that your whole body is softer. Energized, but also
just like,
yeah.
That's how I felt on Saturday. Just like I could breathe at ease and laugh and smile and just be comfortable in my own skin. And that was amazing for me. Like, that's what did it. Get to be myself and enjoy life a little bit. I haven't been able to do that in a really long time.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's been stuff, like when you're in pain, it's hard. It's hard to be out and about. It's hard to enjoy life at all because you're hurting so much. And then you don't have the energy either. It's like with lupus, sometimes just taking a shower and getting dressed uses all of my spoons for the day. Mm-hmm. And it's a phrase that we use. It's like, I get 30 spoons a day. Getting dressed and taking a shower just took 20 of those spoons. Now what am I going to do with the last 10 spoons that I have left? Mm-hmm. Oh, I have a doctor appointment? Well, you better just set me aside for a whole 30 spoons that day. But my medication's been working pretty well, which is good. But breath work, I think, and doing some grounding has been so beneficial in conjunction with the medication. My inflammation is down. My ANA numbers have gone down, which after my first session, it was insane.
How often do you get tested?
I get tested once a month for my ANA, so my inflammation. After my first session, I actually I had 2 done that month for ANA because I was starting new medication. So we had to see what I was at with the old, like before they switched it, and then with the new medication. And in between there, I had the breathwork session. And my ANA was down by 1,000 points.
That's a big jump.
That's huge. That's like phenomenal. It's huge.
And now you've been practicing it daily.
Correct.
So when is your next one?
My next one is at the middle of this month of September.
Okay. Cool. So, middle of September or
August. I'm sorry.
So you'll be in. Cool. I'm anxious to see what that.
Yeah.
What
So
that
that's
says.
when my next ANA poll is going to be. So it's August 13th, I think, actually.
Okay.
So yeah.
Cool.
I'm excited to find out because, like I said, my joints haven't been hurting as much, and that's a huge plus because that's what debilitates me. Yeah. And then the swelling causes, the nerves to be pinched off. So then I have nerve issues. And so overall, if we lower that inflammation, I get some quality of life. Yes. Yeah. So it's great.
Okay, good. Well, I'm super proud of you.
Thank you.
For all the work you're doing. You're doing it on your own,
Thanks.
The Tin Man and the coaches are just it's just guided self-help. The only ones who can help us are
I don't think you even know the magnitude of help that you've been. I'm going to cry, really. But having somebody that believes in you, that you can do it and that you can heal, and having that guidance, it means a lot. Especially like when you're the giver and that's what you've done your whole life. Full circle.
No, you
full circle.
Hands down deserve it.
On that note. But yeah, it coming full circle, like they say all the time that like you get back what you put into this world, and I've discovered that. And just keep doing the good work,
Thank you. Well, you deserve it, Tabatha.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming in today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
And sharing this and hearing about the breathwork stuff.
I'm really proud of you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I'm proud of me too. And I'll see you tomorrow morning at 6 a.m.
Yes, for sure.
All right. Sounds good, girl.
All right.
See ya.
Bye.